Hey everybody, it's me! And today I want to do my recap and review for Wednesday Season 1, Episode 8, A Murder of Wolf. Let's get into it! So last week, we left off with Wednesday finding out that her roommate, or her suitmate I should say, at the school, is actually the killer that has been killing people around the school. We found out this through a vision that she had. And it was really shocking. And then, in the beginning of this episode, we find out that the reason that she could have this vision is because she got pricked by one of the needles that the roommate has been using to kind of put people into a hypnotic state so that she can steal their identities. But, luckily, instead of putting Wednesday into a hypnotic state, it gave her a vision. And then also, in the beginning of the episode, we find out that the teacher that everyone thought was killed in the previous episode is actually alive. And it turns out he faked his death so that he could go undercover and try to find out who the Hyde is. Well, he doesn't find out who the Hyde is, but he does run into Wednesday and she cuts him up with her knife. And he bleeds all over her. And so then she gets some of his blood on her hand. And then she puts her hand into her mouth and drinks it. This is not a euphemism. She literally drinks his blood, and then she starts getting visions of him being chased by the Hyde, and then the Hyde killing him. So I guess drinking the blood gives you the ability to see visions of the person whose blood it is. That's interesting. I don't know why she does it. I feel like that would be a little weird, even for someone like Wednesday. But whatever. She goes to tell Eugene about these visions that she's having. But when she gets to Eugene, she finds out that he has already left Nevermore. He's gone. He took off. She didn't know that he was gonna do that. So now, she has to find Eugene as well. We find out what happened to the teacher is that the Hyde broke his arm during the fight and then the Hyde ran away. Sothing, who is still in his human form, offers to help Wednesday find the Hyde and get revenge for his friend. So they head off to find the Hyde together. And while they're gone, we get some more backstory on Laurel Gates, aka the roommate, aka the villain of the series. It turns out that her mother died when she was young, and then her father started dating the principal of Nevermore after her mother died. And so she was basically raised by the principal, but she always felt like she was second best to the principal's actual daughter, Wednesday. So she was kind of jealous of Wednesday, and then the father married the principal's daughter, Wednesday's mother, and they kind of all became a family. But Laurel still felt like she was on the outside looking in, like she wasn't really part of this family, and so she wanted to take Wednesday out of the picture. So that's her motivation. She just wants to get rid of Wednesday so that she can finally be the favorite. So while Thing and Wednesday are gone, Laurel goes to kill Wednesday. She tries to drown her in the bathtub. She fills up the bathtub and then she goes to sleep. And then Wednesday comes home and she sees the bathtub filled with water and she thinks maybe Laurel tried to kill her, but she doesn't know if she did or not. And then Wednesday decides she's going to go ahead and investigate. So she opens up Laurel's laptop and she finds out that Laurel has been emailing herself money from other students' accounts. So she's been stealing. At this point, Wednesday decides that she is going to call the police on Laurel. But then Laurel comes back into the room and Wednesday stops her. And Laurel tells her that she knows that Wednesday knows that she's been stealing money from people. But Wednesday says she doesn't know anything. So Laurel makes Wednesday watch as she hypnotizes the students and steals their money. And then after she does that, Laurel decides that it's time for her to move on to bigger things. She's ready to steal Wednesday's identity now. So she tries to put Wednesday into a hypnotic state, but Wednesday resists it and the two fight. Meanwhile, Thing and the actual father are looking for the Hyde. They are retrying to find him so that they can get revenge for the teacher who is now dead. And they end up going to the same place where Wednesday had her vision of the shooting, and they find the Hyde there. But before they can do anything, before they can attack him or stop him or whatever, they hear sirens in the distance. And I think that means that the police are coming because Wednesday called them, and so the Hyde runs away. So Thing is upset that they couldn't get the Hyde, but Wednesday comes over and she tells Thing that she doesn't need the police anymore because she knows who the Hyde is. She figured it out. The person that Laurel was hypnotizing in that last scene was her own father, so Wednesday figured out that the Hyde must be someone close to her, because only someone close to her would know how to hypnotize her. And so it has to be someone close to her, and the only people that are close to her are her parents. So she figured out that one of her parents must be the Hyde. I think she probably figured it out before then, but she was just trying to confirm it. She needed evidence, and she needed to make sure, because she didn't want to accuse her mom or her dad of being the Hyde unless she was sure. So she set up this little sting operation, I guess you could say, to confirm it. And then once she knows this, once she figures this out, the episode ends. And this cliffhanger, it has a big cliffhanger, because now we have to wait until next week to find out which parent is the Hyde. Is it Wednesday's mom? Is it Wednesday's? I'm leaning towards the dad, but I don't know. We'll find out next week. So let me give you my thoughts on this episode. First of all, I thought the acting was fantastic. As usual, Jenna Ortega continues to be amazing in this role. And I also thought the actress who played the villain did a good job. Like, she made me believe that she was a creepy person. And the way that she would smile creepily, I was like, oh, yeah, this girl is definitely a sociopath. And so, she did a good job. The thing I have a hard time believing is that no one else saw this coming. If you watch horror movies or shows enough, you kind of see this coming from a mile away. Like, you can tell exactly what's gonna happen. You can tell who the villain is. You can tell who the Hyde is. Like, you can tell all this stuff because it's just so obvious. And so I wish they would have done a better job of misdirecting the audience. Also, the whole drinking blood thing. I don't understand why she did that. You know? She could have gotten a DNA sample, I guess. But like, I don't know. That was just weird. That was just unnecessary. And then also, the whole thing is in love with Wednesday thing. That's also weird and unnecessary. I wish they would have just focused on the mystery and not worried about throwing in these subplots that really do you and need to be there. But otherwise, I thought it was a fun episode. I enjoyed it. It is a great show, and I coo. You have to wait to see how they wrap it up next week. Alright, so that's my recap and review for this episode. If you have any thoughts, please leave them down below. I always love hearing what you have to say. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It really helps my channel. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.